For the record.
Get this one thing clear. Get this one thing.
Hey guys, what's up? Andrew here again, and welcome back to another episode of. I don't want to say this anymore, like it's an episode, but like it's not really an episode. It's just roll the intro.
Don't you know?
What up, guys? It's good to be back again. I've been sick for like past 2 weeks. That's why I've not been posting a lot of videos. Actually, none, except for like a post on Instagram. But those are not videos. Yeah. So I've been very sick, down with cough. My wife has cough. I have cough. Like it's a changing of season, like from winter to spring, and you know the pollen season is here, and allergies and all that. You know. So aside from being sick, I've been very busy with my assignments, my assessments, my group meetings, and etc. etc. Things that a typical uni student do. This is going to proceed to today's topic, which is how do you create special lightings on your existing photos for night photography specifically. Yeah, for those of you that had been following my Instagram, you have seen like a series of neon concept photos that I've been taking, and yeah, I've been experimenting through like how do I take low light photography and also like using post-processing for like Photoshop and Lightroom to create that kind of special effect that you can see from like one of this picture like over here. Yeah, so if you can see that, you know, it has a very nice teal neon kind of feeling, whereas like on this side, if you look at it, it's a very standard photo, like everything is shot underexposed. So how do you create that kind of effect from here to here? Well, a lot of people ask me what kind of camera that I use during that photography session. So I'm gonna share to you, like I'm using
This wonderful piece of
it's a Lumix G85. It's a micro four thirds camera, and for that particular evening, because I was doing a vlog as well, I was shooting with this 12-35mm lens, which is equivalent to 24-70 if in full frame focal length. But yeah, I've been shooting with 2.8 aperture, and everything is shot underexposed, and you know it's and I lift up all the shadows in post-processing. Yeah. So this is the camera that I was using, and it's only 16 megapixel. If you're wondering like how much megapixel it has, so it's a pretty you know standard camera, not a high megapixel camera, but yeah, the effects is astonishing, right? So it's not really about what kind of device that you're shooting with, but yeah, how do you shoot it, the techniques, and also the post-editing skills. So personally, for me, photography is not just about understanding on how to use a camera, but it's also like the ability to understand the ISO, aperture, shutter speed, and where do you stand, and how do you know hold a camera, and also the combination of like post-processing, like how do you work your photos out in Photoshop or Lightroom, depending on the kind of edits that you want to do. For me, normally I only edit my photos on Lightroom because I visualize what I want to shoot and I shoot it. I use natural light most of the time, but during low light photography, there's some tweaking that needs to be done. So I use Photoshop for that, and then I bring it back to Lightroom for the color correction as well. Anyways, I've been talking too long, so let's head to the computer. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna see how we're gonna do this. So now we are in Lightroom. So in Lightroom, I'm going to use the raw image of this one that I've taken. If you can see, everything is shot very underexposed. Like, because I don't want to like overexpose the light behind the model. Like the staircase is just nice and you know, everything is fine. The light is slightly overexposed because it's white color and all, but it's fine because we're going to change the composition color of the light. So first thing first, once you head in here, you want to bring out Photoshop. So head in, right click, add in Photoshop, and this will bring you to Photoshop. So once you're in Photoshop, unlock this, drag it down, create a new layer. So this layer copy. In this layer copy, the idea of doing this is we want to bring out the light that's behind, like we want to make the glow even glowier. Not sure is that the term, but that's the idea. Like we want to bring out the light behind the backdrop so that it becomes like very cool neon-ish. So next thing they'll do is head to image and click on apply image, select multiply on blending, opacity 100% and press OK. So you can see that everything is darkened, and then what you need to do is go back to the layer panel, under normal select screen. So if you can see here, click this, you can see that the light is slightly brighter. And then what you gotta do next is go to filter, under blur, find Gaussian blur. So this will create, like if you can see this effect, this will create that blur out the whole like photo so that the light becomes like more dreamy, neon-ish, futuristic-ish, you know, whatever you want to call it, yeah. And then like for pixels, there's not much like rule of thumb here. I mean, like I try to make it like more reasonable. Maybe this time we choose like 27, yeah, because the previous one I think I used like around like 16, like same like my camera megapixel. Yeah, so press OK. On this layer, press this vector layer. So why do we want to apply this vector layer? Because we want to remove the blur lights that has like, you know, been all over the model's face. As you can see, once you create this and then press brush, start erasing. So generally the idea of doing this is to remove whatsoever blur, light, glow that has been like placed on the model itself, because the model is in front. So by logic sense is the light should be behind, it shouldn't be penetrating through the model's face because there shouldn't be any light in front of the model. Okay, now that we've done that, save it and it automatically brings it back to Lightroom. And it creates a new copy, as you can see here. So now once we have like increased all the lighting, now comes the interesting part. We're gonna like change the color composition of the staircase. So how I do this is very simple. All you need to do is go here on your Lightroom Classic and then click on this radio tool and put it out. So remember to invert it and give 100% feather for smoothness. So as you can see, the whole photo is slightly brighter and actually, yeah. Next thing is go to the color panel. So for this instance, let's just put it in this color. So the next step is that once you do this radio, then you realize that hey, even the model is like color up. Don't worry about it, we're gonna do the same thing. Head on to brush, click on the erase button, start erasing. So for easier, so for easier and more precise thing, you might want to zoom in and do it, yeah. So now we have finished like erasing that layer on the model itself. So as you can see, the model's face is still underexposed, but it's no longer affected by the teal color that is on the radio too. So what's the next step? Like in my previous photo, I showed that the model is pretty much lit up. So what you do is like apply another new radio layer. This time just in front of the model, and invert it. So for this one, you don't need to feather it too much because we want the model's face to be more focused, to be more bright. So I would say around 67, 70. Yeah, push it slightly higher. Adjust the exposure a bit, contrast. So if you have realized that the skin tone is not that nice also, so what I would do is, I would go to the color section, we choose slightly light saturation of skin color to just boost things up. And then from here, I lift the shadow, open the highlight, increase the white slightly, reduce the black, and I will just tone down the texture a bit just to give a better smooth feeling for the model's face. And we're done. And then the same thing applies to this. Go on to brush, press erase, start erasing things that's around, the radio that's around, just to reduce the glare that you can see here. Yeah, just cut it all away. And then finally, adjust a bit, cropping a bit to show better balance. And you're done. Before, after, before, after, before, after. And I'm just getting so addicted to this. Yeah. So there you go. This is a very simple concept and technique. Once you know how to do it, you just know how to do it. Like, there's so many people that ask me, how do you post-process to this kind of level? Well, I can say that there's a lot of people that it's so good at this post-processing. Like you have Brandon Waffle and like Lucan Coots. They have been doing like very, very, very great low light photography stuff as well. And I'm just learning from them, and all this inspiration comes from them. But yeah, it's not that hard once you get the right technique and the right tools to do it. So if you have Photoshop and Lightroom, I suggest that I highly recommend you to try this out. Go out to the city, find something to shoot, or you can use like any light source. Just give it a go, and then just try to go into post-processing and edit the light composite. Just remember one thing, that make sure that the model is not affected when you're changing the light. Like in certain circumstances, if I'm facing the light right in front, and when you take the photo, of course my face will slightly change in color, but it's not like a neon color on my face. So as you edit the skin tone, just bear that in mind. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. I'm serious, that's it. Yeah. There's nothing more that I can say about this edit. And so, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with your friends that likes photography and is wondering scratching their head, how can I do this? This is the solution. And if you have any questions at all, drop it in the comment section below, or you can find me on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Not that active there, but yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram most of the time. So drop me a private message. I'll reply you as soon as I receive it and when I'm free. Yeah, don't worry about it. My reply rate is quite high because I have nothing much better to do than to reply everyone. Yeah, so yeah, do that. And yeah, thank you very much for watching until the end of the video again. So I'm just gonna cut short because the video should be quite long because of the tutorial and the blah blah that's in front. Yeah, I'm looking forward to create more better video content in the future for you guys as well. So look forward to it. More things coming up. I have something in mind. and vlog will still run, but yeah, I'm just thinking of like how can I make the vlog more interesting or like more relevant to everyone. I'm gonna go off now. Until the next time, bye. So how do you guys like my new setup? You have the light cabinet here, this nice light, and good weather means I need to vlog and do my tutorials daytime, not nighttime anymore. Am I gonna do a review on the Canon EOS R? I mean, there's tons of reviews about that camera, so maybe I will do it as a perspective of like a startup YouTuber and also like a amateurish semi-pro photographer. I don't know. Can't call myself pro when I feel that there's people better than me, like way better than me. Yeah. Or maybe I should just do a review about the G85. Is it still relevant to this day?